How's it going, guys? In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Mezco 112 Alien figure based off of the 1979 film starring Sigourney Weaver and directed by Ridley Scott. This figure I picked up from the folks over at Nightmare Toys from Frightmare this past year, as mentioned in a previous video. This figure is my first 112s figure, and yeah, super excited to have this one in my collection. And obviously it's depicting the big chap from the original film. So let's go ahead and get a quick look around the box. We'll get them opened up and get a better look at the figure and its accessories. So on the front, guys, we have a really nice photo of the Xenomorph head, the big chap. In space, no one can hear you scream. Got the Alien logo. Love this green coloring. 112 on the side. We got some of Geiger's awesome artwork, I guess you would say. 112 at the top, Alien logo again. On the back, we just have a preview of all the accessories and the figure itself. And yeah, looks like he does come with quite a bit of stuff, as well as a stand too. So, like I said, I am super excited to finally have this guy in my collection, as I saw him previously and I was like super I had definitely wanted this guy. And then we got the same photo as the other side, Alien, and then on the bottom, Mezco Toyz. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get him opened up and get a better look at the figure. Alright, guys, so let's go ahead and get right to it. For starters, I have to say, getting this guy out of the box, he looks absolutely incredible. I really am impressed with how this guy turned out. Love the detail on it. It's interesting, I guess the material that Mezco used for these figures, 'cause it almost feels like a rubbery, like latex. He's like very soft, but the detail is absolutely nuts. I mean, you could see the dome skull there for the big chap, and yeah, looks absolutely nuts. The mouth does open, which is pretty cool. I really dig that. I think it looks, yeah, I'm very impressed with this figure. As for the head articulation, unfortunately, head does not rotate all the way around. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but there's I guess some tubing here on the side of the jawline, and it's connected to the back. So yeah, unfortunately, you can get some decent range of motion, but you can't rotate the head all the way around. I mean, you wouldn't be able to, I think, anyway, because of the way the mold is here on the shoulder blades. But still, man, this thing looks absolutely nuts. You can get a decent looking down, looking fairly pretty much straightforward, and like I said, the mouth does open. I would just be careful with this, just because it's connected to these tubes as well. The other thing, as for the arm does come up 90 degrees. It's interesting because it doesn't feel like, when you want to rotate all the way around, they have to rotate like this, and it seems there's a single joint in the elbow. There is rotation in the wrist, and the wrist has some decent mobility back and forth, which is pretty cool. Same thing with the other arm. Does come up 90 degrees, does rotate all the way around, although it is kind of interesting that you have to kind of turn the arm all together. So yeah, it's definitely different from what I'm used to with the NECA figures and stuff like that. Again, elbow, there is single joint in the elbow. There is only rotation, it seems, at the top of the arm, and then rotation again in the wrist, but I mean, it moves pretty smoothly. I really dig that part of it. As for the torso does have some articulation. It does rotate. I haven't tried to do it all the way around, but it does have some decent posing, mobility, turning. There's no real crunch, as you can see. As for the legs, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like the legs have too much articulation. Like, the leg doesn't come up. I mean, if it can, I don't want to force it because it feels kind of stiff. It does come out, not fully 90 degrees. There's a single joint in the knee, it appears to be, and there is some rotation in the leg, or in the foot rather, and it does go back and forth, and there is an ankle rocker there. As for the leg, same thing. Doesn't really go forward, doesn't go back, does go up. So I'm guessing this guy can do the splits. And again, single joint in the knee, rotation in the foot, pretty good, pretty smooth. Does go back, does go forward, and again, does have the nice ankle rocker. As for the tail is sort of like a bendy wire. really nice, really smooth compared to some of the other figures I've come across, like with NECA and stuff like that. But really solid all the way around, guys. So yeah, and just the detail on this is really nice. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but yeah, this guy looks really cool. The other thing too, the chest plate does pop off. So in regards to that, there is another accessory that comes with it. It's like an alternate chest plate. So we'll get to that when we get to the accessories. But as for now, guys, let's go ahead and get him off to the side and get a better look at his accessories. As for his accessories, guys, he does come with 4 extra hands. And he has a more open hand. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but I have to say the detail on this is pretty solid, pretty nice. Mezco did a great job on this. Like I said, I'm very impressed with what they came up with this figure. They did a really good job on this. Another one in the hands is a open hand, so he has 2 open hands, and again, really solid. Attention to detail on these. I love the wrinkles, I love the coloring. I mean, yeah, I can't praise Mezco enough. I mean, like I said, this is my first Mezco 112, and yeah, so far, yeah, I'm really digging the look and the feel of this. I mean, I'm really digging this figure so far, guys. Up next, beyond that, we have the other 2 hands. They're more like gestured hands, not really gripping hands or anything, but yeah, again, for both hands, and again, pretty solid attention to detail on these. I really dig these. They're really solid. As mentioned before, guys, he does come with an alternate chest plate. So as I mentioned before, you just kind of pop it off. There's like 3 little pegs there. So the alternate has a string attached to it. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough. It's more like I guess it's when Ripley shoots the harpoon at him, and yeah, you can see the string there. But again, you just see the 3 pegs, and it just pegs in like that. So it's interesting that they included this with this figure. I think that's kind of interesting, but still pretty cool. I guess it's when it's from that part at the end where she shoots the harpoon into his chest, and then the thing closes when it gets blown out of the air block. So again, it didn't come with a harpoon gun or anything like that, but I still think that's pretty cool that Mezco included this with this figure. Up next, guys, he also comes with a egg, and I have to say this thing looks absolutely incredible, and it's pretty solid too. I mean, it's heavy. I mean, it's a pretty solid accessory. The detail is really nice. You can see where it's almost like, I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough, but you can almost see where it's got that like that slimy, wet look to it. I really dig that, and all the way around it just looks absolutely incredible. The other thing it comes with is a open version of the egg as well. Again, really nice, and again, it's pretty solid, man. I mean, it's like hard plastic, and I mean, if you can really get in there and check out the detail in this, it looks absolutely incredible. It's got that wet look like I was mentioning and stuff like that, so really nice. You can see some of the, I guess, the slime or something like that just oozing down on the sides. Really cool, guys. Like I said, I'm really impressed with what Mezco did with this figure. Now, as mentioned previously, guys, he did come with the eggs, so as you could probably imagine, he comes with the Facehugger as well, which looks absolutely insanely cool. I don't know if the camera picks it up well enough. It looks absolutely gnarly there at the mouth and stuff like that, and there's not too much of a bendy in the tail or even in the tentacles here, the fingers. It's pretty posed pretty well. It's like I mean, it's a soft plastic, but it's not you can't bend it or flex it or anything like that. Not a deal breaker, but still, pretty solid all the way around. Love the coloring and everything on this. It looks absolutely nuts, the detail and everything. With that, not only did they come with this one, but he also comes with one, I guess, that you could put on another figure, because if you remember from the film, when it gets on Kane's face, it's pretty much like, it's on Kane's face like that, and that's wraps around the neck, which is pretty cool because you can actually open this up and put it around another figure's neck and actually, I would imagine, fit their head in there. But yeah, pretty solid, guys. The other thing that it comes with, guys, is this awesome little chest burster. And look at that, it's all bloody and gnarly and everything. It's like when it first comes out of Kane, and it's just, yeah, it looks great. Again, there's no, it's a soft plastic, no bendy wire or anything like that, but man, the coloring and the detail on this looks absolutely nuts. I am not too sure if the camera picks it up well enough. You can kind of make out the mouth and the face there, but yeah, you can see the little arms there from when it comes out, when it first bursts out of Kane's chest and everything. But yeah, guys, this is really, really cool. I love the coloring and the detail on this little accessory. It's really, really gnarly. And speaking of gnarly, guys, we have, he also comes with not one, but three little inner mouth pieces. He's got this regular one. It's a smaller version where the mouth is barely, it's kind of closed. He also comes with this more extended out mouth that's open, like it's getting ready to bite, which is really, really cool. I love the coloring on this. They did a good job of giving it that wet, sort of like yeah, like a wet wash to it, or like, you know, like almost like a slimy wash to it. And the third one, it's even cooler because it comes with the actual, like, I guess mucus or whatever. Man, I think they did a great job of this. I love that they added that level of detail on this. Really, really nice, guys. Really, really solid piece. To get this into the figure's mouth, basically you just open up the mouth. I believe it should just pop in. So get the mouth open, and then I think you have to align it properly. And then it's, yeah, basically, there you go, guys. And lastly, guys, he comes with a stand that actually has the Alien logo on it. It's got one peg on it, so it only pegs into 1 foot. Either foot, I would imagine. The other thing I thought was kind of interesting, and I'm still trying to figure this out, he does come with a dynamic, like, pose sort of thing. Dynamic arm, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how this goes in there or how this pegs in there, so I need to figure that out. But I'm really, really glad that they put a stand for this guy. I mean, Mezco really give you a lot of bang for your buck for this figure. Now, for size comparison, guys, I did want to bring in one of my NECA Alien figures, which is the Burster Alien from Alien Fireteam Elite, the video game. As you can see, they scale up almost about the same size. The difference is, I feel, obviously, there's a lot of detail in this, but they did a really great job on this, so I can't really say which is the better looking one. So far, though, from comparing everything else, like body wise and everything, I really dig the articulation in this guy, even though this one has a little bit more articulation, but this feels a little bit more janky compared to the 112 scale. The 112 scale seems to move a lot more fluidly and it's a lot more solid. I feel like this one would need a stand. I had to get it sort of posed correctly for it to stand. While as this one stands pretty great. I mean, as you could tell, it's pretty solid. I haven't had any issues. That about wraps it up for this video, guys. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of the figure here. Are you a fan of the Alien franchise? Which is your favorite? Which is your least favorite? I only recently went back to rewatch the original Alien and getting prepared to watch Alien Romulus, which still holds up. I mean, it's still a masterpiece. One of, I would say, Ridley Scott's best films. Definitely a classic. Everything looks incredible in that film. I mean, from the creature effects to the model effects of the ships and all that stuff, the look of everything. I mean, that lived in world looks absolutely incredible. Although I would have to say that Aliens is my favorite one. That film is an absolute masterpiece, from the story to the effects to, I mean, just everything. Just Cameron just took what Ridley came up with and he upped it times 10, you know what I'm saying? But then I also really love Alien 3. You know, despite all the hate it gets, Alien 3 is still one of my favorite films. If I had to rank them, I would probably do Aliens, Alien 3, Romulus, Prometheus, Resurrection, and then Covenant. And then the two AVP films. Let me know also if you've seen the recent Romulus film. I'd be curious to know your thoughts on that. I really enjoyed it. I liked about 90 to 95% of that film. The ending was just, I don't know, they should have ended it a little bit earlier. And yeah, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, I mean, all around that film was solid. Beyond that, guys, If you're new to the channel, feel free to like, share, subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, thanks again for coming back and for the continued support, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Seriously, I can't thank y'all enough. Until then, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Take it easy and have a good one.